Okay, boys and girls, welcome back. Red Mist in the house once again. How you doing? I hope everyone's doing great. I'm doing great. And we, my friends, are playing some more Formula One 2020 season. Now, I want to go ahead and I want to show you or explain to you a few things that I've noticed over the first sort of 24 hours of playing the brand new 2020 season. And that, my friends, is consistency is the number one thing that you need in this season. Consistency is huge. So any drivers that you do have that you're able to get that consistency, like Okan is amazingly good for his consistency. This is a really, really big important stat to have. The second most important stat is your overtaking. So this has changed dramatically from the 2019 season, where the best stats was fuel management and tire management. Now, although tire management and fuel management is very important, and I will tell you that tire management of 35 is hugely important, because tire management of 35 means that you're able to do pretty much the majority of the first areas. So the first series, you're going to be able to do like sort of series 1, series 2, and not so much series 3, because you're actually not going to need to race in series 3, and I'm going to explain to you why. But basically series 1 and series 2, with 35% tire management, you're going to be able to do every single lap or every single track on a 4-2-2 formation, and some laps or some tracks you're even going to be able to do a one pit stop strategy. So that's really important to have 35%. So tire management isn't as important as it was in series or in the 2019 series or season, but it is still fairly important. So obviously, if you put on like Antonio, because he's only got like 25% tire management, whereas before his tire management was through the roof. Now there's a lot of tracks that he will, on soft tires, he'll only get like 1 lap to 2 laps out of. So you really do need to get that sort of 35% so that you can do 2 laps even on fast tracks. Now, if you haven't already got him, Kimi Räikkönen is a god, absolute god for early games. So if you watched yesterday's video, at the top of the screen, you'll have a little crown mark, which will be your season score points. If you haven't used all of your points, please, for the love of God, invest in Kimi Räikkönen. If you don't invest in Kimi Räikkönen, then please invest in Lewis Hamilton. I believe Lewis Hamilton is 200 season score points. Kimi Räikkönen, I believe, is 180 points, and if you don't get them, then go and get Vettel. But Vettel isn't as good as Kimi Räikkönen or Lewis Hamilton. And to be honest, Lewis Hamilton is probably the best one you could pick because of his wet weather ability. Now, the thing that I have noticed is if you are farming the Series 1, you will get hungry a lot. And when you race in Hungary, pretty much, I would say 80% of the time, you will either have a qualifying lap of rain or it will rain throughout the race. So bear that in mind, that if you do race in Hungary, 9 times out of 10, it is gonna rain. So Lewis Hamilton is super, super strong for the beginning of the game. Kimi Räikkönen is also very strong because he does have good wet weather ability in comparisons to a lot of the other people. So do bear that in mind. Obviously, you can see here as well, Russell is kind of a good pick to go for, but yeah, not really. Like, I wouldn't really pick the lower people over them. Obviously, Octan does have a good wet weather ability as well. So picking him and getting him leveled up could be quite good, but you can see here that his overtaking's really, really bad. So bear that in mind. But the biggest tip, and I'm going to tell you this honestly, the biggest tip is don't over farm your flags. One thing that I have noticed is they have changed the matchmaking system slightly, as well as obviously the overtaking system's been nerfed. But the one thing that I have noticed is when I'm picking or when I'm racing a race, and you can see here, I purposely used my 2019 team in Series 4 because this is how you're going to level up your racing, or how you're going to level up in order to move up the ranks, but not over level your flags or over farm your flags. Because the one thing that I have noticed is when you do come into a race, the biggest thing that I've seen is your opponent has so far very, very similar or identical flags to you. So if you're over farming them flags, like if you're pushing your car to the absolute limit and you're farming out like all of season 1, 2, 3, and you have completely max flags at say 170, you're going to be racing other people that also have 170 flags. So the one thing that I have noticed about this is you can kind of bend the matchmaking system to your will in order to give you a little bit of an advantage when it comes to playing the races. So you can see here that obviously I'm farming down in Series 2 right now because I don't want to farm Series 3. Because even though Series 3 is going to give me more money and it's going to give me the ability to, it's going to give me the ability to upgrade more items. That's not what you're looking at doing now. You want to bend that matchmaking system to your will. So only use your 2019 team. Obviously, if you've got a better 2019 team than you have a 2020 team, oh my god, Kimmy, why did you break your car? Then only use your 3 races a day to farm the highest level that you can, so that way you can get your flags leveled up a little bit quicker. I will break that down a little bit more in a future video to show that a little bit better if you do want me to. I'm going to have to slow Kimmy down because this is the other thing that I've noticed as well, guys, is if you actually break your car, it does seriously affect your performance now. Whereas in the 2019 season, breaking your car didn't really affect you too much. So do bear that in mind, that if you do break your car now, it is going to dramatically affect your car's performance. The other thing that I do want to tell you is never, and I mean never, put your car on coast. If you put your car on coast, you're going to lose positions, you're going to lose the race, he says, as he puts his car on coast. But this is just because of, obviously, I need to take him another lap, because they were too close together. So the biggest thing that I've noticed about this is obviously overtaking is a huge problem. So if you're coasting, you're going to be losing ranks, and this is where this is actually going to become a little bit problematic. Yeah, we're just going to put him on another set of wet tyres. Obviously, being overtaken is a huge issue. So you don't want to be coasting, because at the moment, I'm pretty sure that the way that the overtaking is at the moment, I'm pretty sure that's a bug. Because there's just times in the race that it doesn't matter if you're turboing, if the person in front of you is on hard tyres, you're on soft tyres, and you're turboing. There's just times that you literally can't get past. It's like a completely brick wall in front of you, and it's super frustrating. So I'm pretty sure that is a bug. I do believe that they did want to nerf the overtaking so that it was harder to overtake, which isn't a problem. Obviously, making it harder to overtake does make races a little bit more challenging, which would be more fun. The problem is they've kind of toned up that a little bit too much. So now it's almost impossible to increase your position. So that is something that is a little bit frustrating. We're going to turbo here. And we're actually... Do we want to... No, I think we actually might as well just slow it down and try to just maintain where we are. We're actually going to turbo with Kimi Räikkönen, though, because we just need to. We need to try and increase his position. I should have pitted. I think I should have pitted him. I was thinking it was going into the final race with Grosjean, or the final lap, so I didn't really think I was going to bother pitting him, but thinking about it, we're now going to have to do 3/4 of a lap on 0 tyres and dry track. We're going to have to turbo him, just see if we can not lose any more position, and then we should win this. We should win this comfortably, hopefully. Our friend is a little bit upset with the looks of it. But hey, that's just how it goes. One thing that I do, as I say, that I have noticed is you can't coast your cars. Super important. Do not coast your cars. Never, ever, ever coast your cars. I can't tell you how important that is, guys. So you can see here we were able to win that race quite comfortably. But you can see here that my opponent does have the same kind of flags as me. So do bear that in mind, guys. It is super important. And then what you can see here is, at the moment of my 2019 team, I've actually done 2 races in Series 4. Now, I've completely ignored Series 3 because I don't want the other, 91 flags that it's going to give me, because then it's going to give me other opponents with those amount of flags as well. So this is completely non-void because I don't need to race in Series 3. Wet weather at the moment on most drivers is really bad, so you're going to have a hard time anyway. The only thing you're going to benefit from doing in this area is the fact that if you are able to win races, you're going to be able to farm some money. Or obviously more money than you would farm from Series 2. But the problem is with this is the only thing you're going to farm here is money. That's it. You're not going to be farming like car parts or anything like that. So by racing here, obviously, if you do get the flags, you will unlock these other areas a little bit quicker. And by unlocking those areas quicker, you will be able to farm out the better race crates. But at the moment, if you continue to do that, you will end up racing against people that are pay to win, that have been buying crates to get those better cars to obviously level up a lot quicker. So if you are a free-to-play player, do what I'm doing. Don't over-farm your flags. Spend the time to repeatedly race in either Series 1 or Series 2. I will say to you to farm out all 20 flags from Series 1, all 50 flags from Series 2, and then do 1 race in Series 3. Now, by doing that, you will get enough of the flags in order to unlock the reward chest in Series 4, so that every time you complete those 100 points from the races, you will receive the Series 4 driver's reward chest. So that's very important. Obviously, by getting that, you're going to be getting the higher level car parts, which will hopefully let you actually win. But as you can see here, wet races are hugely important in Series 2 and also in Series 1. So, like I said before, if you use your points, your season points to to go and buy Lewis Hamilton, who does have significantly better wet weather racing ability than anyone else in the game at the very beginning of the game, you are going to find repeatedly farming sort of Series 1 and Series 2 very easy, because he's got an good amount of consistency. His obviously his overtaking and stuff is good for his standard level, and then obviously you're able to have a crazy amount of wet weather ability. And you can see here, I've literally done 2 races and he's broke his car. Oh my god, it's so frustrating, guys. Oh, breathe. It's okay. We're happy. We're racing. And it's really damn annoying. Okay, so like I was saying, wet weather is a huge issue in sort of Series 1, Series 2 farming. So please make sure that you do have those drivers that are eligible for wet races. Now, as you can see here, my opponent is absolutely annihilating me. And we're pretty much not going to be able to catch him. Because this is the one thing that I've noticed about this game. Now, overtaking is an absolute nightmare. And I know I've already said that in this video, but it really is true. We're going to have to slow Grosjean down because we can't pit him. Because he's broke his car. If we pit him, he's too close to Kimi. So it's just not going to work. So we're going to have to keep him out, slow him down, and hope he doesn't lose too many positions. But to be honest, he's not going to make, he's going to run out of tyre management probably just around this corner right here. So he's going to be just before the pits. Okay, we're going to turbo him now to hopefully just get him into the pit and, whatever. But yeah, we're kind of just on damage control in this race. So this race is kind of just a case of hopefully we can not finish dead last. Because this is what it's seeming to do right now. But you can see here that even if I'm leaving my drivers up to medium speed and stuff, they're just not increasing. They're not overtaking. They're not getting into a position to actually overtake people. And it's super frustrating. You can see here, the guy behind me is literally catching and overtaking. So unless I'm turboing, I'm going to lose positions. And obviously, if I'm turboing, I still can't overtake. So you get stuck behind a car and you lose positions. So it's super, super frustrating. I'm sure it's a bug. I have seen people already. Why am I still turboing? You can see here, look, he was already turboing and he's literally not really doing anything. I have seen people already saying that they're gonna quit the game because of the fact of the overtaking has frustrated them so much already. So do bear in mind that hopefully they are gonna do a bug fix very quickly. Now, the thing that oh my god, I've just missed the pit. I wasn't looking. Okay, well, this is a complete loss, guys, so yeah, whatever. Just stay with it, because I was looking out of the window while I was talking rather than looking at my phone. I've just missed the pit on that lap. So yeah. Now we've well and truly lost. But you can see here, like, look at the difference, guys. Look at the fact that I have no tyre management, and it took all of those cars, like, what was that, 5 cars? It just took them that long to overtake me. Like, that was almost a full lap that it took for them to actually overtake a car with zero tyre management. So it's really frustrating. I really hope that you guys are having better luck than me. But yeah, I don't know what to tell you guys. I hope that they're gonna patch this very quickly and not take forever like they did to fix things in season 19 or 2019 season. And to be fair, even by the end of the 2019 season, there was still problems that they had at the very beginning of the game when this game came out at, like, what, 9 months ago, 8 months ago, 9 months ago. There was still problems that I posted a video of that was literally like day one issues, and they still had them by the time they've gone and updated in 2019, the 2020 season. And I think this overtaking thing has kind of finished a lot of people that I know play this game have already immediately stopped playing because of the overtaking. But hopefully they will fix it very soon. That's going to be it for me today. I'm sorry it was a little bit of a ranty video, but I hope that the things that I've told you in this video will help you win races. Make sure you're not coasting, and try and use people with good consistency and good wet weather ability. Don't over farm your flags, and hopefully you will be better and you'll be winning more races. But that's going to be it for me today, guys. I really hope you have good luck. Peace on the streets.